Alright, let me just. Alright, so we're obviously here, obviously I don't know lah, but we're at Highlander Coffee, which is along, where is this? New Road? SGH. And I'm with Yu-Mei and
Yu-Mei Balasingamchow.
See, I couldn't pronounce that part. I'm pretty bad at that. But she's written a lot of different things, and one of her recent books is actually Singapore autobiography.
No, Singapore A biography.
Oh, a biography. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to saying. Yeah. Okay. So this is Singapore a biography. Yeah. I wanted to find out more about Yu-Mei. That's why we kind of like sat down and chit chat a bit. Yeah. And
do all your meetings end like this with the video?
in some way, I try to produce something.
Okay.
That's the thing, you see. You don't like that? I mean, the fact that you also produce by writing, I produce by visuals. It's different.
Yeah, but it's very immediate, I guess, and objectified almost. Like taking the conversation you just had and turning it into something like you said, a product, right? Something that is.
Yeah, I know. It's almost commodifying it. Yeah, but at the same time, it's.
Well, you haven't sold it yet, so it's not commodified.
And I don't sell my work.
So it's only objectified.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell. Yeah.
I think the idea is. I am afraid that whenever I do something like this, it does create an agenda behind it. But that's not my intention. I merely want to find a way to record stories. And that's really a challenge, you know. We talk about stuff, but then it's very fleeting. The moment's fleeting. That's good. Unfortunately, I don't take notes. Okay.
Good writers have some writers have some have tape recorders,
Yeah. But I think the book is so much easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah. And it's less intrusive. I mean, I understand that a camera would be kind of like. Yeah. So I want to find out more about what you've obviously written Singapore biography, but before all that, how do you come upon being a writer? In fact, a freelance writer, right?
Okay.
Let's start your journey not too long ago, like a brief history.
A brief history. Well, I guess when I was a kid, I toyed with the idea, as children do, because you start dreaming about what you want to be when you grow up. And if you read books and you write books, you're like, oh, I want to write books someday. And then reality sets in. So I guess I've had various jobs, and then I kind of fell into freelance writing by accident because I was looking for a job, but freelance writing work started popping up, and it kept going, I guess, and I just got used to the rhythm of doing it, and I like it. And I was writing different things. Now I'm trying to be more focused and do history, travel, art.
So you're trying to find a specialization?
Things that
a niche?
Yeah. I mean, what I like to write about as well is but writing that can pay the bills. Because at the end of the day, we all have to pay the bills. So, yeah, I guess that's how I fell into it, by accident. And then I like what I'm doing, which is great.
And nowadays you've actually been engaged to write pretty, I would say high-profile kind of works, like, for example, Lonely Planet. You have a book coming out that's about South Korea. And you took 2 months for that. You're one of 5 writers. I felt that that's quite a challenge. I don't know if for someone like you, is it normal, or is it something that, you was pretty scary at first, but you kind of grew accustomed to it?
I guess with travel writing and with guidebook work, which is what I do, it's quite specific. You know where you're going, you know how much time you have there, how many thousand words you have to write at the end of it, and what those thousand words have to cover, the food or the destinations, the hotels and all. So it's quite structured. It's not as though you just have blank pages before. So it's not that bad. It's a good excuse to travel for a couple of months at a stretch. Although a lot of it is work also, like things that you have to do even if you don't enjoy it because it's part of the job. I guess it's work lah. You roll with it.
You roll with it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, if you're a professional writer, that's what you do. You know what the specs are of the job before you start. When you do it, you know what you have to do about. It's not completely unknown. And of course, you're always open to. You have some flexibility so that if something new comes up, something surprising, you have the flexibility to go and explore that for a while. You don't have to follow rigidly an itinerary or something.
Much of the writing experience, especially when you travel around, is done in solitude, right?
Yes, I write alone mostly.
And how does that impact you?
Because MSN.
Okay. So you,
No, but actually, to be honest, when I do my serious writing, I turn off my chat clients and all because it's too distracting. You need to focus more on the words and what you're trying to say. Because you always have to keep some notes and stuff you looked up at the library or whatever, and then you have to try and make sense of it in a fresh way, as well as put your own impressions and ideas into it. So you do need some quiet time and concentration power to do that well, I think. I don't know, some people can write with the TV on, I can't do that. I need quiet, I need nobody chatting at me and distracting me, no phone calls, that kind of thing.
so
But not like all day long.
your productive work environment will be silent.
Not silent, but quiet. Yeah.
Okay.
And a little background noise, like you hear a little bit of traffic. Or I live with 2 cats, which is a terrible stereotype. But anyway, so they'll make noise, but you know, it's not like constant noise that you can't control, like the television or people next door talking or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a manageable space.
Okay. You're fortunate, I think, in a sense that a lot of people seem to know about your work career, and so you sort of gain recognition, and that's why people actually call you up to do freelance work for them and all that, right?
Okay.
Now, how do you think someone could get started in this kind of area? How did you get started?
You need to know.
Okay.
I think with any freelance job, it helps if you start. I mean, I often, like, if young people come to me and ask how to be a freelance something, whether it's a writer, designer, photographer, whatever, I often say, well, it is kind of useful to have full-time work experience first, because you also get to learn in a different environment that's a bit more structured and formal in that sense. And you get to meet people in that industry that you're interested in, because really, if you're going to be a freelancer, you need a lot of good contacts. Like you said, you need people to get to know your name and associate you with a certain kind of work, whether it's a niche area or you're a generalist or whatever qualities you have. Oh, you're the kind that last minute does very good work, or you're the kind that needs a long time but will also produce very good work, or you know, whatever reputation you have. So yeah, definitely you need contacts. I mean, that's wherever in the world you are, they're trying to make your own living. Whether it's the neighbor that you happen to know, or your best friend, or a former client, or former boss, you know, people introduce you to people, word of mouth, you live and die by it. Especially in Singapore, where it is small.
Yeah. And does this whole social media phenomenon actually help you to an
It
extent?
can.
But is it still very visceral kind of relationships that you actually have people that matter more, or does the social media, the online space actually help you to gain more recognition in some way? I'm not advocating either. I'm just saying that for people that I've met, they've told me, like, for NGOs, non-profits, they told me that meeting people face to face is still the game changer right there. Not all the online stuff merely helps to complement what's already
Yeah, I
happening.
guess it depends on what level you want to work at also. What kind of connections you need to make. There are still some kinds of organizations or sectors that are much more comfortable with a face-to-face meeting and a handshake at least, and others are much more fluid and happy to go with it. Like, you know, they'll email you email them back, that's good enough. You never need to meet, you know, they'll send you a check, that kind of
And
thing.
you never meet them, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
But it really depends on your own comfort level. And of course you have to, even as a freelancer, you have to trust that the other guy is going to pay you at some point, otherwise the whole thing is just off, right? So it's also for the freelancer group to go out there and meet clients, and then you get to know more about what they're about and how else you can work with them, even if not directly. That always helps. Yeah. Especially in the creative life.
Yeah. Are you happy where you are right now?
Yes, I am.
And where do you see yourself going? What do you hope to achieve?
Write more books.
Write more books.
Yes.
Okay.
More interesting books that other people will want to read.
So to help you write more books, what kind of books do you want to write?
Don't know. Maybe fiction, maybe non-fiction, not sure.
Because most of the time you've been writing about non-fiction
Yeah,
works.
I have basically been writing non-fiction for some time. So whether I want to try fiction out seriously, yeah, it's a question. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Cool. Alright. If anyone wants to find out more about what you do, where can they go?
TooManyThoughts.org.
Okay.
I hope I said that clearly enough.
Yeah, there's toomanythoughts.org. Got it. Okay, thanks a lot, Yu-Mei. Yu-Mei. I keep pronouncing it wrong. Okay.
It's okay.
Alright, bye-bye. Okay, I'm trying to look for the company logo, but...
I don't know where